Hello, and welcome to session number 1 of Deadlands Lost Colony. Forgot we were running for a second there. The party's all arriving, and we shall get underway imminently. Hopefully start with some character backgrounds, and hopefully then I can make a nice intro video for future episodes. But for now, we shall begin. Welcome to the future, as it may well yet be. Right, hit wibble wobble wobble. Okay, let's do some sound check, see if I've got my stuffs working. And volumes. Okay, going left. I think the easiest way to start here is going left to right. I'm going to start with Linda Carmichael to introduce yourself to the party. And if you know any of the party members already, or if you have yet to meet the others, it's all up to you guys on that score. I hope you either know that or are about to work it out. Over to you, Linda. Dokie, so that was Linda, so I've definitely got someone the wrong way around on that one, which is okay. Oh no, I haven't. That's okay. So what's wrong with the portrait? Sorry, this is me getting you to introduce you. Why have I've definitely got the wrong icon there. I don't know what's going on. Or have I? No, that is right. Sorry, I'm mistaken. That's absolutely fine. Thank you very much. And next, that brings us to Roger Holmes. Well, thank you. And next, that brings us to Deckard. Why, thank you very much. And next, that brings us to Morgana Fontaine, it would appear. Fontaine, I should say. Thank you very much. That brings us to Jinx. No problem at all. Just updating a few things. That's fine. On my side, don't worry. And that last but no means least, that brings us to Himini. It sounds like all you're going to get out of it by the sound of things. Yeah. Yes. I did point out to him that he hadn't taken any language skills. I was gonna say, if it was a face-to-face game, it wouldn't be so bad because he could just sort of gesture madly. But anyway, the doc isn't here, but that's fair enough. Yeah, the doc. But everyone who signed up originally is here. I didn't notice until after the guy created the character that he wasn't in the original sign-up, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, but you don't have a medic, but I'm sure that won't be a problem. That one of you can probably learn if need be. He might turn up. I'm not complaining. Okay, so... Well, indeed. So it's been 16 years since the tunnel, the only way back to Earth, closed without warning. And it's 15 years since the Unity, the only ship that can travel the 130 light years between Sol and Faraway, took the psychic legion back home. All the psychers left. Well, not most of them. It's been 14 years since the 40-day world storm that reduced the population of human colonists from about 3 million to little more than 500,000. And it's 3 years since the transmuter nanobots were corrupted by the EXFOR virus, forcing all mutes to become breakers. And it's 1 year since the Unity returned for the second and final time and crashed into the uninhabited second continent. The year Earth reckoning is 2097, and the native Anouk and human colonists on the lone habitable and often hostile planet of Banshee struggle to survive through cooperational confrontation. In the dark, miners excavate ghost rock and other precious metals from asteroids on stations and larger asteroids. Small settlements offer safe harbours, and not so safe depending on where you find yourself. Things are bleak, and Banshee's on the edge of becoming a lost colony. And from your perspectives, of course, surviving, however, might be harder than you originally first thought, as in 2 days, an asteroid is going to hit Banshee. Shame you don't have a ship to escape the planet, like quite a lot of people are doing. You better hope some heroes come along and save the day. So, that's where we are when the game starts. On a slight separate note, I've not actually used them before. Whether they prove to be any useful or not, I'm not entirely sure. So there's I've put some... Oh, that's going to open a link. I've added in some extensions. So you've got the investigator extension, which I think is one that lets you player notes and keep them together. There's also the player agency, which... I can't remember what they do. They all looked rather good. And there's the Dear Diary, so you can keep diary entries. And one of the things that took me longer than I expected, it has to be said, was if you go onto calendar, you can see I actually have created a calendar for Banshee, seeing as there wasn't an official one. And then I worked out that basically a 700-day calendar, and then had to work backwards. So in Banshee terms, so as far as the Anouk are concerned, it's the eighth year since. TC, and I can't remember what TC stands for now. I'm sure I'll remember soon. Yep, tunnel collapse. They wouldn't. Would it be 8 years? No, that was 15 years since the year, 16 years. Yeah, 8 Anoukan years. Yeah, in theory, actually, I'm gonna change that. It should be 7 then, because it won't be tunnel. I don't think it will be tunnel collapse in hindsight, because I'm just making this up as we go along. It's actually going to be WS. So they basically it's 7 years since the world storm hit. That makes life easy for me, I think. Actually, no, it doesn't work. 8 years since the tunnel collapse. I'm not sure why, because that's when from the Anouk's perspective, the humans basically came back, started living more in peace with them. So they probably have their own name for it, but it's 8 years, Banshee years since the tunnel collapse, and so therefore it's the 10th of Cold Dark. So what's happened here is these are English translations. The days of the week are still Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because there's 7-day weeks on the Banshee, as it were, as normal. And obviously this is the human version of the Anouk calendar. So obviously humans just carry on using the standard days of the week. However, the months, and there's quite a few of them, as you can see, have all been named. They're all sort of English translations of the Anouk's names for the seasons. So at the moment, I believe it's the Wednesday, the 10th of Cold Dark, which is basically still early, still winter from your perspective. The Cold Dark. There should be do you not have a calendar button as a player? I'm not sure. Top. Yep. Yeah. So if I do that, it's that, isn't it? Took me quite a while to work it out, and then I realised actually I was trying to work out how to divide it up equally, and then I realised actually it's all, if I do 35-day months, it's very easy. So it's 35-day months, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 14 months of the year. So it takes 14 35-day months for Banshee to do one rotation of its sun. So yeah, obviously humans mostly still calculate in Earth years, but for ease, it's easier. I want to think in terms of seasons around there, so that's why we're going to use that calendar instead. And besides, now you've lost all contact with Earth, I'm going to say over time people are going to start basing stuff on the Banshee side of calendar. So anyway, when the story starts and we meet our illustrious player characters, it's as I say, it's an interesting time. What particularly brought you to Temptation, which is one of the largest surviving settlements on Banshee? Most likely, you're probably trying to see if you can get off world like a lot of other people. But yep, when the story starts, you're in Temptation, seeking transport or employment, or just maybe having a brief break from the bleak life. Oh, that was a hard one of saying, of being a colonist, or maybe a little entertainment. But basically, it's one of those standard things. It's about mid-afternoon, and the sound of several good-sized explosions rip through Temptation's streets. All appear to be originating from the spaceport on the northeastern side of the city. Before the echoes of the blast subsides, gunfire erupts from the same area. Lots of gunfire. What do you do? Okie dokie. Must admit, it is an interesting one. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to add the players to the tracker so I can keep track of them. Add PCs, there we go, and then delete the dock because the dock isn't here. Okay, so Roger, you want to head that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop you all. Well, let's just pop. I made a map. I'm going to pop you all in sort of random and various positions. Oh no, because that would be too obvious, easy and straightforward, wouldn't it? Right. Yeah. So, actually, I should boast. So basically, this is the area of the spaceport area. So just down to the south, here's the sort of the beginning of the market area. At this point where you're just wandering up through when everything kicks off. puts you in the sort of more the trade area, and the explosions and the actual spaceport is over to that side. Oh joy, did I? I have to be honest. Well, indeed. Well, I'm not at all annoyed, but I seem to have lost my encounters I set up for this bit, so I'm going to have to do it on the fly without the lovely little tokens I'd had made. Ah! No, I know why. I know why, because it's a random encounter. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's 16. Yeah. Yeah. So let me, sorry, I thought I had a nice encounter set up, but alas, I do not. So I'm just going to have to do it the good old fashioned way and do it on the fly. So much for being prepared. I must at some point in the past have just redone the whole bloody I think I must have redone the campaign or something and forgot to copy across the encounters. What fun. So I'm just going to do it. 2, 3, 4, right, 7, 8. Okay. And I think we're finally there. Great. Then I can just literally go and drag all the hostiles onto the map and then put them in. Yep, I didn't write this. I didn't write before you start getting too annoyed. I didn't write the adventure. This is one of. This is. Let's put him there. We'll put him there. We'll put him there. And we'll put him there. There we go. Right, that gets us a nice map set up, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, so let's accept everyone's move for their first moves as the explosions kick off. And then I want to turn off player view so I can see the map. Okay. So, okay, what can you guys see? Well, Linda, you buy it. Let's open that door. We don't want any. Actually, is that door? Oh, did I not make that a door that you ran up to in the end? It's just a wall. Yeah. So let me. It should. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what it is, because these are obviously made from joined together tiles. I forgot to blank that bit out to make it stop looking like a door on this side, if that makes sense. It's also to funnel. It's jammed, or yeah, it appears to be sealed, or maybe it was damaged in the blast. How's that for a good excuse? Right. Anyway, so okay. Now that it's literally because obviously that's the point, is you were going about your business when it all kicks off. So, okay, as you move close to have a quick look, you spot black plumes of black smoke rising from the spaceport. You can see it appears to be a gun battle going on between a group of gunmen and a small and growing smaller contingent of the Banshee Defend Force. Both sides appear to have taken heavy casualties, but the gunmen seem to outnumber the Banshee Defence Force by more than 4 to 1. Judging on the numbers, actually. So, yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Oh dear. All the jokers went to the bad guys, but that's fine. Morgana. Yeah, but then not yet. Morgana, you get to go first. I'm not worried too much about the bad guys for now. They've already engaged in combat this round. So, Morgana, what do you want to do? We lost Elspeth already. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Sorry, I've got this thing that basically, obviously it's all bots and they go off. So I thought, it's in YouTube don't seem to have any sensible instructions on how to stop bots just posting stuff in chat. The best I could find was that to post stuff in chat, you've got to be subscribed to the channel. So I turned that on, and it doesn't appear to work. So, very happy right now. Bloody YouTube. Anyway, back to you. Sorry, you're going to move to there. Yep, no problem at all. You can see what's left of the beleaguered BDF, which is the Banshee Defence Force fighters, and you can see, I think you can see one guy. Make a common knowledge roll. In fact, I will get everyone to make a common knowledge roll, on the assumption that you'll realise what's going on when you see them. So don't worry too much if you don't. They're just gunmen. Okay. So basically, these guys look fit. They're dressed in old, badly worn clothing and have seem to sort of have the level of personal hygiene of a pig with low health esteem, by the look of it. But what you notice is they all seem to have some strange red emblem painted on their on themselves or on their gear. It doesn't seem to be in a uniform place. Which means Linda and Jinx and Morgana and Hibbity, you'll get a bonus. Well, yeah, basically you all recognise them as Reapers. They are it's the red. They paint themselves with a red death's head emblem. They're sort of basically terrorists who seem to be wanting to kill or remove all humans from but they're humans who basically want to kill humans and return Banshee to the Anouks. So they're indeed. So basically, as that said, of course, they still attack the Anouks that are friendly with the humans. So who knows what their gender is? Basically, if they've hit the space port, they may well just be carrying on. You know, it's probably in the interests of self-defense, possibly a good idea to protect yourselves as well. Anyway, Morgana. So that's what you realise as you get to there. They appear to be. This appears to be a Reaper terrorist attack upon Temptation. No, former name of breakers were transmuters. Yeah. Reapers are basically terrorists. They're generic bad guys that you get to fight on, get to fight with, and not feel bad about dispatching, because they will dispatch you with equal contempt. So, do you want to do anything else, Morgana, or do you want me to move on to Linda? Okay, that moves us. I'm just going to jump on to Linda at this point. Oh no, you all get to move now. Yeah, there's chaos. There's gunfire going everywhere, and I can have some nice sound effect added. I suspect if it works. Don't know if that worked or not. Yeah, I haven't got gunfire sorted out yet, but I'll sort that out later. No, I haven't done all that. got all my sound effects on a separate machine. Yep. Yep. What's your smarts? No. No, but as long as your smarts is 6 or higher, you can pay extra power points to triple the range depending on the power. Yeah, it would be more than enough. Yeah. So it depends. Okay, so confusion. So if you look on modifiers, so if you confusion basically makes people distracted and vulnerable. Yeah, but if you actually on the right hand side of your powers, you've got the little shortcuts, the little dragon icons. Yeah, so when you click on one of those, that will tell you what the power does, but more importantly, the modifiers. So yeah, if you scroll it down, you've got the modifiers. So you can see at the moment, so at the top it shows you confusion costs 1 power point, has a range of your smarts. Okay, but then you can see the modifiers, and what the modifiers are, the extra power points you funnel into the power to beef it up. So in your case, obviously, if you just want to hit this one guy because he's the only one you can see, all you need to do is look down at range. For +1 power point, you can double the range or triple it for 2. Also, yeah, and obviously, also if you want to, for another 2 power points, you can cause fatigue, but that will mean it will cost 4 power points to cast confusion. But it's up to you. That's how it all works. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not automatic because of all the modifiers. However, of course, if you fail to successfully cast a power, it only costs you 1 power point. Yeah, the guy's targeted. Yep. So then just roll the dice for your confusion power to the left of the confusion as a breaker. Okay. Well, and Havoc then changes every. Yeah. But it's cost you 4 power. It'll cost you 3 power points. That's the difference. Yeah. So do you want to spend a penny, or do you just want, or you can just cross off 1 power point as your nanites fail to actually cause any effect. Isn't it? Okay, that's okay. That's successful. That's successful. So what you what you need to do is on your powers tab. Yep. You manually reduce your powers down. Yep. It's a manual thing. So don't trust it. I can't even see him anymore. So you're okay. That's cool. So you've hit the guy with confusion, which is absolutely fine. So then basically what I like about it is because you've done it that way, you see the link's there, so I can open up the link, I can read it. So he gets to make a smarts roll. Reaper number 5 gets to make a smarts roll, which he fails. Okay, making him both distracted and vulnerable. That's obscenely nice. So distracted means he suffers penalty. He suffers -2 on all his trait rolls, and vulnerable means you've now given anybody a +2 bonus to affect him. Yep, you most certainly can. Moving is a free action. That brings us to Jinx. randomly targets people he doesn't necessarily know yet. But don't worry, I'm only joking. Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. But and I don't have a problem with that because obviously it's a role-playing game and there is all that willing suspension of disbelief. But I do love that idea of I'm just going to target these random people in the hope they help out. Go for it. Yeah, that works, but it's a bit loud, so I'll sort out the sound effects for next time. Although I have got this one saved specially for if everything goes horribly wrong later on. That's for when the pilot. That's when the pilot fails his piloting check. Yep. But anyway, sorry. They are. I will sort out the volume if they're a bit loud in your eardrums. No, but I've literally just tried. I'm just trying out some new app, and it's just playing the effects loud. Yep. That's better. I do believe actually with psychic abilities there isn't necessarily any visible effect, is there? That's rather nice. So that's yep. They don't even know they've been protected. That brings us to Hibony. Sounds. Oh, really? You can throw it that far? Flippin' hell, you can too. That's 46 feet, isn't it? Hang on. No, hang on. Hang on. An inch is 6 feet, so that's 23. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to complain. Go for it. You hit. Roll for damage. Literally, this 7 foot tall Anouk just lobs an axe the entire length of the landing bay, splitting the Reaper almost in two with the force of the impact. Oh, it's more like it's like a boomerang axe, is it? Cool. Yeah. Okay, that brings us to Roger. Shush. You will from next turn. This turn, I'm manually advancing down the tracker because I didn't want to put everyone on hold but I just want the party to get a chance to react with the view that the fighting's going on as you arrive. So, Roger Holmes. Okay. It will go wide, alas. And last but no means least, we have Deckard. 6 unless he runs. Unless he's got any hindrances or edges. .20 inches. Your pace is actually back to that is there. It's triple range. Doable. Oh, 12, 24, 48 for Bolt. Hang on a second, I'm slightly concerned on the fact. Oh, smarts. Yeah, smarts times 2. Actually, I'm thinking they've changed the ranges of Bolt. Hey, the B guys are the good guys, by the way. They're the Banshee Defence Force. That's okay. You could run to cover if you want. Get closer. Yep. 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 No problem at all. Okay, right. Well, gunfire and chaos, explosions and smoke pouring around the place going on. And now we start with the bad guys reacting. Oh, look at that. Everyone gets a Joker, but so do all the bad guys. Well, actually, when I say all the bad guys, me, Mr. GM. Which reminds me, actually, I'm going to lose one in the interest of I have one more than I should have because I obviously gave the whole. I did Benny's based on party members. Roger, back to you. Okay, I need to update my map position, so that's okay. I thought I had a doorway that isn't there, so I'm going to move some of the bad guys. Won't affect you guys unduly. Well, oh, sorry, he's back there. Sorry. Yep, there we go. Well, they did get to move last turn, so that's what's happening. They're advancing, and that's their movement for that turn. I'm happy with that one. Oh, yes. I had forgotten that. I shall do that too. You wound him. So that's a shot and an incapacitation. Okay, that brings us to Reaper number 5, who's up here. Reaper number 5 steps down to here, and fires his M21 at the BDF soldier right in front of Himini, hitting. Oh dear! And basically, that poor BDF soldier there is basically flung backwards from the impact from the weapon, and he falls to the ground. And no, is no. No. Okay, that brings us to Reaper number 7, who is. I can't see on the map. Okay, I don't think he was on the map, so let's just put him. Let's put him there and have him just move to there this turn. There we go. That's the fairest way to do that. That brings us to Reaper number 11. It's not showing the crowns anymore. Oh, there we are. That's why. Okay. He's going to advance. He's going to come out the doorway. Yep. Right, Reaper 11's done. Reaper 3 is just going to basically advance out the corridor like so. Get stuck on the wall and come through to there and carry on advancing. Firing his M21 at BDF soldier number 4 and missing. But not critically. That brings us to Reaper number 2. Who... I'm not sure if you can see anyone at the moment where he is. No, so let's move him up to there. Reaper number 14 is going to advance down the corridor like so. I'm going to make sure I can see what's going on. That makes more... No, actually, I do need the lighting because it's towing me where the walls are. He is going to fire his M21 at BDF soldier number 4. Hitting, doing... no apparent damage. The battle armor on the soldier, the body armor on the soldier protects him. Reaper number 4 advances down here to get a better angle, and he shoots BDF soldier number 4, who's under a hail of gunfire, and surviving every single shot. And that brings us to Jinx. Okay. You run up to the doorway to get some more cover. Okay. Okay, that will give him a +1 bonus to his next trait roll, as you sort of call out targets. Deckard. That's correct, yes. In fact, let's make life easier. Yeah, it wore off. Well, that's the whole point of line of sight. Wow. I'm only teasing. I am teasing. Okay. Yep, they extract carbon molecule. They extract molecules out of the air, reforge them into a bladed implement that hurtle towards the Ravager. Reaper. That's a hit. Oh, look at that. You skewer the guy and he drops instantly to the ground. Not moving. Yeah, I need to turn blood splats off. They just don't work, do they? No. Yeah, I need to turn them off. They alas, they're still in in what I would call a broken state. Do I need to do that? Oh, okay, that explains my confusion. Keep having to. No, he opened fire and missed. Okay, poor BDF soldier number 4's shot again, and he's hit again. I mean, this BDF soldier number 4's been pummeled with gunfire, but his body armor still protecting him every time. I don't know what's going on, but it would appear that half the NPCs... Ah, that's what's happened. They're off the bloody map. You know when you drag... Well, you know when... Well, there's a... Fantasy Grounds has this lovely thing that when you drag NPC... If you just drag... there's a way to just drag all the hostile NPCs onto the map, but it puts them in a long diagonal line. And because I had line of sight on so I could see what you guys could see, because it makes the lighting effect look much better, I couldn't see the NPCs that were outside the map. But I can now. Okay. Oh yeah, there's lots of these little devils, I'm afraid to say. Okay, so let me turn back on. Now I've worked out what's going on, I can turn back on line of sight. I'm going to shoot Roger Holmes down there. But that misses. That brings us to Morgana. You can see one. Okie dokie. Yep, 12. She doesn't like to shoot. Crack shot. Yep. But there we go. They are bad guys and they did deserve it. Okay, Reaper number 16 is over here. Okay. Another gunfight. Reaper number 8's up here, so we'll move him to there and move him out to there, like so. Reaper number 9 is going to step out and move down to... No, he's not going to do that because that means he's walked through a wall, and then he goes to there. He'll have to run. Oh, isn't that a bit of luck? That got me to exactly what I said. I'm going to shoot BDF soldier number 4. Missing. And that brings us to BDF soldier number 4, who's, I think at this point we have to say, is a bloody trooper because he's doing rather well. But I think he's going to... I'm not sure what happened there. He is going to... He aced. What he's going to do is he's going to shoot. He's going to take 2 shots, both missing, and then he's literally going to duck. Step back down here and sort of duck down behind the low-rise wall there that obviously does provide sort of the ability to duck down, but no real cover. This guy seems a bit fanatical. He's literally he draws a knife, licks the blade along his tongue, and then just starts screaming and running down the corridor towards the group of you, sort of laughing manically as he comes. Himiny. Yeah, missed. Okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I completely misread that 15 on a 6-sided dice as a 4. Yeah, oh crikey, I don't know how hard you hit him. He ran. I can't even see where the blood splat. Oh, there you go. There's the blood splat. Okay. Okay, BDF soldier opens fire and misses and ducks into the corner more. And that brings us to, last but no means least, Linda Carmichael. Assuming you have, well, if you've got pace of 6, the odds are your running dice is a d6, so it's 12 inches. No, it's 6 inches pace plus 1d6 additional inches. Yeah. However, I'm nice in inverted commas in that I let you guys spend Benny rolls on runs. Technically, I'm not supposed to, but at the same time, it does mean, yeah. Running. You officially you can only spend bennies on trait rolls and damage rolls. Officially. Yeah. So basic. But I have this nice thing that I will let you re-roll bennies on run if you want to, because of course anything that makes you spend more bennies, why not? Also, if you roll a 1 and you want to spend a benny and you roll a 1 again, I'm also nice and let you add those 2 ones together. Yeah, don't double click it, just single click it. Yeah. If you declare a run, click the run, because then you know how much movement you've got. Yo, hello there, Rigger Raven. Nice to see you. modifiers for you. So you've rolled a 1 on your run die. Now officially that means you can move up to 7 inches. Unofficially, if you want to spend a penny and re-roll the run, you can. Okay. That's your maximum range. So you can now move up to 7 inches. Yeah, but what you do is if you start dragging out your movement, you can do it in increments, so you can start counting it. Or you can also, if you let me click on you can also, if you use the cursor keys, it will basically let you use the cursor keys to move. But yeah, you don't have to. You could drag it out in increments if that makes sense. You don't have to drag it in a straight line, if that makes sense. So you could say, yeah, exactly. You can see that's 3 inches to there, and also you also because of line of sight, you might want to stop. Let me accept that move so you can see what you can see before you carry on moving sometimes. But yeah, you step out of there and come along there, and you can see. Well, you can see down the corridor. Yeah. If you could see them on the map, you have line of sight to them. Click on your character again. Yeah. Well, moving is a free action. Don't forget, it doesn't. So you can still perform up to 3 actions if you want to. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all. Just what to get. You just got to. It's not like other games where you can move then attack or attack then move, as it were. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean this is where it gets really interesting because sweep can get really interesting because you can combine it with moving. So you literally just. Sorry. Yes, there is a -2 penalty to your any additional dice rolls because you're sort of, yeah, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count as an action. So you can, for argument's sake, what you can do is you can run and then perform 3 actions. However, each one of those 3 actions would be at -8. Sorry, -6, -6. Because your first action no penalty, your second action -2, your third action -4, but then you add another -2 because you ran, if that makes sense. So 3 actions and running. Sorry, yes, it would be, but it's still -2. It'd be -2, -4, -6. Yeah. Yeah, I was right after all. -8. Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay, so Reaper number 11 is going to advance down here, getting to there, because I can't count my squares. It is. Okay, okay, so that guy, right, so I take it, don't forget, with jokers you can interrupt at a time, and that's the other thing I should mention. If you don't like the card you've got, drag a penny, drop it on your card on the combat tracker, you will be dealt another card. You're not guaranteed to get a better card because it's a deck of cards. However, just do it. Don't worry about me. Sometimes I'll remember and give you a chance to do it, but normally I'll just spin the round and you can just spend a card. Now, technically, you can do it any time in the round, technically, because it's a penny and you can spend them at any time. My only thing is, of course, is if you suddenly move yourself above where we are on the combat tracker, you better let me know you've done it because I might not notice that you've spent a penny to get a better card and I don't even realise. So, by all means, do that. Not that I know of. Not that I know of. No, it just puts it in the chat. But my view is obviously you're not going to not tell me that you've got a better card and you want to go now. And don't forget, if you've got the Joker, you can interrupt at any time. So, Himidi, you can interrupt at any time. Do you want to interrupt before I move on to Reaper number 7? Reaper 11. Reaper 11. He's finished. Reaper 7 is going next. Okay, you go to. You interrupt. You move to there, which was 7 inches of movement, I believe. Your sweepy baby move. No, you have to put a manual -2 modifier in, don't you? Unless you've got improved sweep. I've targeted them, both of them, for you because I'm nice like that. Yeah, you had. I apologise. Go for it. Well, you hope. Okay, so Hibbity just runs up, drawing his some Anouk melee weapon. I'm going to have to get the graphics out and remind myself of all of these, and then basically...
Imagine an industrial flower for killing elephants. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
I keep forgetting to turn the volume on. Thank you.
So that's it.
One of these days, I'll remember to turn you guys on in the chat when I start the game and not wait for someone to point out that they can't hear you.
So do I have to target the other guy, or are they both targeted? Do I just roll the damage twice?
Rigger Raven, take a Betty. You roll the damage individually. Okay, so you kill the first one.
Kill the second one.
Kill the second one.
Then I'm going to look at this guy in front of me, Reaper, and just like say, "Come." Pass my go.
Okie dokie. So Reaper number 7.
Job.
Okay, Reaper number 7. Okay, I got one. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Reaper number 7. Oh dear. Goes, draws a knife, licks it, goes, and comes charging at you. Getting to there, which is still enough to hit you. Have they really not got fighting?
You got a dagger?
You really haven't got fighting. He misses. Reaper number 3 will advance to there and shoot BDF soldier. Missing. Brings us to Deckard.
All right, so Deckard is going to step up, but what I want to see real quickly, and I didn't want to.
I've even got little icons now to tell me when I've remembered to turn on the icons and I forgot to look at them. On my Stream Deck, it actually tells me when mic is on and Discord's on, and you sit there with Discord off, and I hadn't even noticed.
Okay, so it's going to have to be a large one. All right, so
How did you get that to show up?
right-click on the screen.
Got it.
And then
Thanks.
and then draw pointers.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Oof. I just closed the screen. Oh, shit. How do I get it
Double
back?
click on your portrait double click on any icon on the combat tracker, but yours is usually the best one to go on. It will automatically take you to whatever map you're currently on.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
That's okay.
So much Fantasy Grounds wisdom.
I have been using it. I've been using Fantasy Grounds since 2005. I've picked up a bit.
All right, so I had to do this at 5 PowerPoints, but I'm going to roll blind.
Okay.
Oh, that looks good.
God,
With a raise.
17th year of using Fantasy Grounds. That's scary, isn't it? Just had to do the sums in my head.
With a raise.
Transmute blind with a race. Oh, somebody's been watching my Pathfinder game and know how much I love it when the dwarf blinds everybody.
Almost as much as he likes it when the gnome throws a havoc spell and makes
Blind
it
and Havoc. Obviously, your favourite spells. We have to remember this.
All right, so what is that with a raise? That's -4 on all those guys, right?
With a raise, that's a -4 penalty. They have to, so that's, raise at -4. So I've got the target.
So do you drop it or do I drop
You
it
can do
or
it.
what?
If you just click the button in the effect, it will do them for you.
The button in the parry, because as long as they're targeted, which they are, so they're up. You've blinded them. So what happens there then?
So you see Deckard comes up and again he lifts up his arm and shoots out some of these nanobots and they kind of create this like mist of green shit that goes flying into each of these Reapers here and sort of swarms their faces so that they are unable to see, and that you just sort of see these cloud of mini nanobots just sort of on the heads of each of these Reaper bot deals here.
Sounds incredibly unpleasant. Okay.
And I know. There we go.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to Roger Holmes.
I don't want you to take. So you know what sucks is that it goes away at the end of your turn, because like in 5e I can drag that to a hotbar, the little chevron that ends turn.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't have to have the combat tracker open or on top to be able to end the turn like that. Like, I can drag the end turn chevron to a hotbar on my thing and hit it from there. But whatever.
Can you drag it when you're active, I wonder?
I don't know. I thought of it after I clicked it. I'll try it the next time.
Okay, Roger advances, shooting his Mark IV pistol as he goes. I think it's a pistol, isn't it? The FOP.
Yeah, it's a pistol, and I just remembered I get a +1 at short and medium range, so that 3 should have hit.
That's okay. Well, so let's just give you your Benny back, because I'm nice like that, and we'll just roll on the 5 because it doesn't make any real difference. Shake him.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. That brings us to Morgana Fontaine.
She's gonna move up. Let's see. Trying to see how much move I have. Ah! What the hell happened there?
How come she can run so far?
Thank you, Rigger Raven.
Yeah, that's 6 right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start moving in behind this BDF soldier, and I see the Reapers down this way. So she'll take a shot at one. She doesn't want to risk wasting a bullet, but eeny, meeny, miny. Yeah, I'll Benny it one time.
In answer to your question, I think sometimes if the GM just happens to click something random just as the player's doing movement, sometimes things go a bit strange, like 25-inch movements through solid objects.
Yeah, okay, that's missed, but she's trying to move towards some kind of cover because, well...
No problem. That brings us to Jinx.
I didn't see your blast template, Deckard.
No, I was thinking the same thing.
I didn't see it at all.
Is that right? It didn't show for you?
Yeah, I didn't see it at all, no.
I saw your blast template, but I hadn't noticed it was still there, or when you thought it was.
I didn't see it at all.
It was, and then I deleted it and then apologized.
Fair enough.
Go, Jinx, go.
Go, Jinx. Go.
Just because I didn't want, drives me nuts as a DM when players litter the screen with pointers and shit.
All right. Which I just learned, which you just taught me how to do. Thank you.
Litter the screen.
There you go. Draw them all over the place.
Shh. Jinx's go.
Jinx's go. Come on. You've only got to pop one more, and then they're going to start running away because you've killed half of them.
That's not fair. I wanted to kill all this out here in front of me. I've got one move to do.
And they're blind.
I know,
That's how I feel.
Let Jinx have his words. Everyone, including me, shush and let Jinx talk.
So I'll call out advice for Himini.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds
That'll
good.
work. And I will boost his fighting.
Ooh, nice fighting.
Is that a +2 or something?
You didn't get the raise, so it's +1 per one.
Die up one.
There you go. It's automatic.
I didn't get a raise.
If I add it as an effect, it's automatic. Do you know the old-fashioned way of boosting still works on character sheets? You can. I'm not sure. I don't know why you'd want to do it rather than erase. It's useful if it's for a magical item that's a permanent effect. You can still right-click on a stat and then under mod. Oh no, maybe he's finally taken it away. Maybe the boost. Oh no, they boost lower trait. It's the circle, so you can actually still do a +1 boost or -1 boost, which is useful for more permanent effects rather than combat tracker effects. But it's nice that it's still there. Okay, it's number 15's go. He is going to basically stand there and he's blind, so. He's desperately sort of through the very limited visibility he has. He tries to take a pot shot at Himini, missing completely. But now he gets to make a vigor roll.
And does the vigor roll automate at the end of the turn?
No, it most certainly does not. Alas, which is why sometimes that bad guys don't get one, and I get an interesting error message when I try and roll that from the combat tracker, so I'm not sure what happened there. I'll look into that one later and just run it manually. So his vigor, he fails his vigor roll. He's still blind. That brings us to Linda.
I hate the way it resets the map every time somebody's.
But you can, if you go to options,
you can turn that off. Yeah, sorry.
There's a thing. It's right on the top. Turn off center on map.
Center on map.
Yeah. The crap out of me with this.
Got it.
It's great as a DM. It sucks as a player.
Okay.
It's crap everywhere for me, but yeah.
Yeah, I must. Admit, yeah, I must admit, I find it slightly annoying as well as the GM, which is why I quite like this extension that does work, except line of sight seems to interfere with it slightly. But it's where is it?
Cool. When you
initiative indicator. It puts a little crown on whoever's got the initiative. Makes them easier to spot.
Yeah, there's another one that it's like the combat highlighter that I find works really well.
Oh, I might
get that doesn't mess with line of sight, and it just it highlights, and you can hover and do some extra stuff too.
Oh, I might give that one a try. It's the first time I've really used proper line of sight. Normally I don't. Normally as a player, it's only if I turn on visible player preview. If I turn it off, it will work. The has initiative indicator will work. I just think the lighting on this one looks better with the.
Yeah, it's more fun to look at it with the player view, right?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Linda. I'm shouting up.
Oh, sorry, Linda. Linda's gonna run again because she's getting really good at that.
She is. She's got a 9. She got further this time.
Okay, let's see.
She's learning.
Yeah, she just had to build up steam.
This is it.
Now, how do you use the cursor keys to move? It just moves the map.
You might
select your token first.
You might have to select your token first.
Okay, I did do that. Token selected. It's just not. It's moving the map when I do that instead of the token.
Just drag it with the mouse. It's the best way of doing it.
Just drag it with the mouse.
1, 2, 3.
You got token lock on.
I have now. I did have. I didn't mean to have token lock on. I normally turn it off.
6.
This is Savage World, so you don't have to worry about token lock.
Well, not token lock. Snap to grid. That thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that's what you meant.
Yeah. You knew what I meant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, snap to grid sucks in Savage Worlds.
Yeah, it makes sense in some settings. Don't worry, this is me. That was me testing something. You want to stop back there first, do you?
No. I actually want to make it to here if I can, but I don't know if I moved the correct increments or whether I did it. I don't know if I was in the grid or not.
There isn't in Savage Worlds. There technically isn't a grid in Savage Worlds. So.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's fine.
It's a measurement that's based on a table. So, like, those numbers are supposed to be inches, right? And that approximates your move, like as if you were at a real table. you could move your character X amount of inches.
You've got 9, so you can move much further than that if you want. You can still move 2
up
more.
to there if you want to.
Okay, I'll take that. How can you tell that? Mine didn't have a number on it until you moved it.
It should have a number. I'll move you back. As you
doesn't
move
have
out,
a number.
You should have it's there. It's actually
it's black, and I just can't see
It's your dice colour.
By
That's what it is.
changing the color of
Change
your
your
dice
dice
to
colour.
contrast with your token.
Oh.
Change your dice colour. To do that, there's a...
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
And pick a color that no one's using, so we know it's yours.
If you've got those tiny little icons at the top, one of them's labelled colour. If you click on that, you'll get a circle and another circle with a T in it. So the T decides the colour of the numbers on your dice, and the circle, if you click on that, will bring up a colour picker. And obviously, if you know your RGB codes, you can do it. There's also a pipette, so you can actually pick a colour from anything you want on the anywhere on the map or anywhere on the
And if you look at the portraits in the top left, you can see the colors that the other players have already selected. So you pick something that they haven't picked, and then your dice go up different.
Well, since you guys have been so generous with me, I'm going to give you a Fantasy Grounds tip. You cannot drag the end thing to the...
Thanks very much. Now, we know that for future reference.
That's annoying, isn't it? Because obviously...
Can't drag the what?
I don't mind, but yeah.
The end turn icon as a player, apparently you can't drag it.
Oh, you can't drag it on the...
You cannot.
I haven't tried yet. It hasn't been my turn.
Did you not? Are you not going to do a move, Linda? Once you've done
well,
it?
you should probably try. Maybe I did it wrong, but
Linda, now you've moved. Are you going to not do an attack or something?
No. You guys are doing a great job. I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm going to let the combat come to me.
We don't know what Linda does. We've got to see what she does. She must be like a ninja with 8 arms.
My turn's over.
Savage
Reaper
Pathfinder
16's
I
going.
really like at the moment. Although there's lots of good settings out there. I don't think there's one I don't know if I really have a favourite. Sorry, I'm answering a question. I don't think I really have a favourite. It's probably I like all of them that I've played. We'll see. I might have a favourite one day, but Savage Pathfinder is my current favourite. But Deadlands is always a good go-to. Okay, so you run to there, no problem at all. No, someone was asking what my favourite setting was, and it's an interesting one. Okay, Reaper number 16 is going to make a spirit check, I think. Ooh.
What was your answer, Dawes?
My answer is whichever one I'm currently adapting always is definitely my favourite while I'm adapting it, if that makes sense.
There you go.
Because obviously I'm getting really excited thinking, cool, this one looks really good. But
I've adapted everything now for my favourite setting, but I'm just going to wait for it to appear on the store.
I have to admit, I really like Savage Pathfinder.
I do too.
Deadlands is always a good one though, so whatever flavour.
He critically failed. Does that mean his legs exploded from underneath?
He did not critically fail. I would actually say, possibly my favourite setting is actually one that it has not been released yet, because I'm really looking forward to it, and I have run a couple of games on it already, even though it's not even an official setting, and it does have Deadlands in the title, and it's Deadlands Dark Ages. I think that will be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Any game that gives paladins 6-shooters in a medieval setting it's got to be fun.
Oh dear.
Merlin appears to all the paladins. Merlin met them and gave them a 6-shooter.
I still say that they should have called it just medieval.
Yeah, but it's all to do with the Cackler and all that, because that's where it's all come from.
How did that guy get there? Did he miss all the BDF soldiers on the way?
No, he failed his bloodlust roll and he's just gone crazy and wants to carve people.
Uh-oh.
But fortunately, you're not sure how, but he swung the knife at you and it missed, and you're feeling
good.
You're feeling lucky to be alive, even though obviously, realistically speaking, we know why you were protected, but you don't.
Oh, okay.
You don't, because you don't realise you have psionic protection upon you right now.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm going to shoot this BDF soldier. Oh, I'm missing. Let's see if he critically fails.
So those guys are all blind, huh? Still?
That's a good point. I need to do the -4 vigor roll for not this one, but the other one.
Number 8, yeah.
Number 8, he's still blind. BDF soldier number 2 is going to basically back away from the guy that's just come at him, laying down suppressive fire as he goes, as it were, having no real major effect. And BDF soldier number 4. BDF soldier number 4, it remains shaken. That brings us to BDF soldier, who is going to fire his M1, if it lets me, at number 9. Let's get that down a bit. That might improve the volume. Number 6. That's a hit. Doing shaking. And that brings us to the last of the 2 Reapers. Let's have them run because they really feel they're outside of the fight right now. And he gets stuck on the door, so I'll just move him manually. And he's going to use a knife. Oh, Himiny might be... I think I've hit Himiny.
Oof.
I think I cut you, Himiny.
He's got to do 13 to hurt me.
He does 7.
It bounces off my tough carapace and go, what? What? I just look at him and go, what?
Number 14, he's going to run as well.
Thanks for moving them 2 right in front of me. Another sweep coming up.
And yeah, that's the end of them. Over to you guys for what I suspect will be... Ooh, number 5 is no longer shaken. He's back here. He's basically going to open fire. Missing. BDF soldier over here opens fire. Hitting. Doing a wound. Haha. Okay, things changing now. That brings us to Reaper number 11, who's here. Spirit roll. Okay, that's a run. That's a spirit roll, which is there. Okay, that's a run. Do you want a 3 attack on him?
Yeah, I'm going to hit him.
Oh, come on, targeter. That was Reaper number 7, so you had engaged him, so you do get a 3 attack as he runs. Roll for damage as you hit him. Is that better with the mic?
I do. That means he doesn't get to run, doesn't it? Well, no, he can still run, can't he? But, yeah.
He can still move, yeah. So he gets to there. That brings us to Reaper number 3, who is remaining shaken, so he's not doing a lot. Oh, the one that ran away gets to make a vigor roll at -4. He was probably bouncing into... Yeah, he's just bouncing into things as he's running away. He can't see where he's going as he's running away. But anyway, that brings us to Linda Carmichael.
Okay. Linda wants to use a large cone.
Problem with the mic is it's not omnidirectional,
but I don't really know.
If I move away from it, it doesn't get so good.
So there's only one size cone. So do the right click dealio and click that triangle.
Okay.
And then drag it somewhere on the screen.
Oh, maybe she wants to hit 3 of them, but it looks like she can only hit 2 of them.
Well, you can move that. So if you move you see where it says there's like a thing in the middle, you can move it. The dot.
Okay.
That lets you drag it, and then
grab the number and the number in the middle. If you drag that around, you can move it. Yeah.
Right, and then you can swivel it by grabbing the vertex at the bottom or at the top for you. But
Put the number on it. Yeah.
Well, she's not going to do a large template. She's just going to do a small one, and she's going to aim it at these 2 guys.
So if you want a bit of metagaming, if you sort of go back to about there, I reckon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking I could do, but I wasn't convinced I could actually hit all 3 of them.
Just There you go. You've still got 2
that,
movement left.
That gets them both.
Okay. So now I'm doing. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, I don't need a large one. I just need a medium one because I just need 3 targets. Yeah,
Okay,
I need
there's only one size cone though.
Oh, okay.
Which power are you looking at?
I'm going to do havoc on them.
Oh right. In that case, that's a blast template, so that's different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't because there's only one size cone. So you draw a circle.
Yes.
So what size?
If you do the same thing, you got the cone up, and then there's 3 circles, and it's one small, medium, and large. So you pick the medium one.
Right.
There's a medium. Just to give you an
idea.
He
brought up the cone, so he knows how to do that. So he just got to.
There's the large. To give you an idea of the sizes, so that's your small, then your medium, then your large blast templates.
Okay, well. Okay.
And remember, you don't want to tag your allies in it.
Now, Kevin's are in the way of yours now.
Yeah, I know.
I don't get it.
No, it's okay.
There you go.
Don't worry. It's. So basically, the numbers are the numbers. Don't worry about the numbers. It's the center point. So you can basically the best you're going to get. You might as well just use a medium because the best you're going to get is 2.
Okay, I'll just do medium. So I'm gonna.
Like that.
The number doesn't move the cone.
Really no, the number doesn't move. It's a dot in the middle of the cone.
It's the center point.
Okay.
The number doesn't do anything on blast templates. It's just there because of the rule. It's there because of fancy grounds, not the rule set. If that makes sense. In the old days, it used to say SBT, MBT, and LBT, but I think they've done an update lately that's changed it.
Well, right, and because in 5e,
you can only target 2 of them with that, can't you?
Yeah.
In 5e, you drag that circle and you increase the size, so the number actually matters because it does
exactly. It's very much.
Why doesn't it let me do a large cone?
Well, you can do a large, but a large won't hit all 3. Is what we're saying.
There's only one cone size. There's not large.
I mean,
blast template.
A large circle. Why does it say cone if I'm doing a circle?
No, you've got your draw your cone. You got draw small burst, draw medium burst, or draw large burst. Yeah, so that's your large burst template.
Okay, that's the template. Okay, so I'm going to do the small or the medium, so it'll just be normal.
Yeah.
I'm not adding a +1 to it. It costs me 2 power points. And do I want to add fatigue to it, or is that good enough? And I don't need range because they're both really close.
I'm going to be biased on. I'm biased on that one, so I'm not going to answer that. I'll let someone else just tell you if you want to add fatigue or not.
It's not worth it on extras because they're not going to last long enough for it to be a big deal.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to blast both. I'm going to blast both of these with a sandstorm effect to create havoc on them, and that's what I'm going to do. Which means
targeting
I need my character sheet somewhere.
Feature in Fancy Grounds Unity that if the numbers
and powers
the actual number for the
havoc
token can actually get in the way of targeting. It's fun like that.
Oof. I guess I'm Bennying that.
Yep.
Better?
That's successful.
Okay.
That's successful.
Okay.
Do that one.
The only thing I will point out is this is where it gets interesting. With Havoc, you create sort of concussive burst or something that forces them away from the center of it. So if you consider the set of template, what's actually going to happen is you're throwing this guy towards you, unfortunately. But maybe
I was thinking more Sandman, not explosive grenade.
No, it's whatever it is, but it forces them away from the center of the area of effect.
That's fine. She doesn't really know how this stuff works yet, anyhow.
No, exactly. I think it's rather in keeping with your background of your character. So you basically anyone touched by the template is instantly distracted. That's always nice. So instantly they're at -2 to resist the next part of the effect.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so they're instantly distracted, and then basically they get a strength roll at -2 if you got the raise, which you didn't, but which would be they're already at -2 because they're distracted, and it's -4 if they got the raise, but they didn't. So you didn't. Roll.
Okay.
So the first one fails his strength check. The second one appears to be a broken NPC. That's why I'm getting console errors on him, so I won't worry about that. He fails his strength check as well. So now what happens is they both will be blown away from the centre a total distance of 7 inches. And it's directly away from the centre. So this guy is hit.
Can I duck?
Here. I will give you. We'll have a bit of fun there. We'll give you an agility check. So just for fun. So a hard object. They take 2d4 damage. So that's okay. So this
It's a brick wall right there, isn't it?
Exactly. So basically,
metal wall.
Basically, the guy you've blown out to the south there, he smacks into that wall with such force. You break his neck.
I love havoc. It's my favorite smell.
Oh.
Okay. So this guy, however, as I say, I've basically catches you. I'm afraid. Unless you want to re-roll your agility, because you need a 4.
Nope.
You need a 4. So basically, he hits. He basically. So what I'm going to say is he hits
Smacks
you.
into me.
He smacks into you for 6 points of damage, which shakes you. And he himself. You obviously absorb the blow. So the net result is you basically smack one into the wall so hard he's not going to recover, and unfortunately the other one hits you, knocking the wind out of you, and but he leaves him sprawling out at your feet. Okay.
Does that mean I can't run? I can't use my movement?
You can still move. You technically can't run because you didn't declare it before you did your.
No, I don't. Yeah. I don't want to run. I just want to move around the corner.
Yeah, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Be my guest.
Trying to move around the corner.
That's okay. One just gets you to there, and then you can now advance again. Line of sight gets a bit funky. You actually have to walk around corners. You can't just sort of.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. You're fine.
And with that, I'm done.
No problem at all. I'm going to remove all pointers because I've made a mess on the map.
So,
Limony!
do I need to do any damage? Take any damage? What's happening here?
You're shaken.
You're shaken. You're done there.
I'm just shaken.
You're winded. You're
okay.
You're easier to wound until your next turn.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to move over there, and then I'm going to sweep these two.
Go for it. I'll let you do all the targeting and all that. Two hits. Well, the rest of them. It's up to you guys. Well, it's up to you how bloodlusty you want to be. We'll see what's happening. But it's quite clear that they're trying to escape now. Okay, so the first one's shaken.
It's quite clear that Himiny doesn't want that to happen.
Oh, of course. But then, I'm not sure if that's Himiny or just Aki.
Oh, yeah.
I dream of this Aki name. Who is this Aki?
It was a deliberate quote of the dwarf there, mate. For Jimmy Monka. Deckard.
Well, looks like Himiny needed a little help here, so
I'm going to waste all my bennies on killing one of them.
I'll
Leave
come
something for you
here.
lot to kill.
And gonna release another little bolt at this guy, and so more of these nanobots come shooting out at this clown.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Oh, yes, he is. Skewered by nanites.
And don't pull it yet. Oh, it's not letting me drag it.
No.
Yeah, it's not giving me the hand to pull the end turn button.
That's a shame. Might have to ask. Might have to put that in the request list for.
Do you know what I'm referring to? Like how like you can pull buttons and stuff to the hotbar, right?
I press F11 to move down the combat tracker to save me having to. My gosh, this guy has actually kept his nerve wherever he is. Oh, he's all the way up here. Okay, he's going to shoot you. He's going to. Oh, he's the broken one. That's annoying.
And like I said, in 5e, when I'm a player, I drop it there all the time so that it's just there to end turn.
Okay, so he is... Okay, so what I need to do is, for some reason, I don't know why, he's somehow broken. So I'm going to get rid of him, replace him by his identical brother, who's also blind, who will take a pot shot at Himedy.
With a raise, apparently.
Yes, but he's blinded, so fortunately he barely...
Very large target.
Yeah, he could barely make out Himedy's there. But
but he hit him.
And he got him. That's a
Jesus.
wound on Himedy. That's a wound on Himedy. And this Himedy was
shooting wildly in the dark. He got lucky.
Himedy cricket.
Yeah. Oh! That was you, Linda, wasn't it? I think it was. I'm going to give it to you anyway.
That was Linda, yeah.
That's a classic. Okay. So Himedy blocks the attack, and then the guy, basically having taken a shot, backs off. That brings us to Jinx.
All right. Just 2 left I can see, and 1's distracted. He'd be just within range. I will hurl a plethora of curses and swearing at Reaper 16.
Be my guest. I'll have a look at why my mic's so quiet.
Maybe it should have been something else.
I hear you perfectly well, Kevin.
Yeah. Let's give it another try.
Whoa, there you go. You distract Reaper number 16 with your... Which is interesting.
Well, he's already distracted, so I'll make him vulnerable.
Certainly, you make him vulnerable. No problem at all. He is now distracted and vulnerable. And Reaper 16 remains shaken. He's distracted, vulnerable, and shaken. It's a shame that basically, unfortunately, that means the effects no longer apply to him. But he is going to back off, actually. Because, of course, shaken doesn't mean he can't move any. It used to be half pace, which was horrible. Okay, he gets shot at by this BDF guy as he tries to wander by.
What happened to his shaken and vulnerable? It just vanished.
No, distracted and vulnerable end on... I'm not sure why the vulnerable should have applied to the next term. So I'm not sure why that... The shaken should still be there. Because
it was his go, so it got erased on his turn, right?
It should erase on the end. Oh, it should erase on the end of the turn, so yeah. Doesn't it? It erases on the end of their turn. But the vulnerable should have the vulnerable should have stayed to next round. I don't know what's going on there, but that's okay. BDF soldier number 2 has taken a pot shot. That brings us to Roger Holmes. Here,
right, so he's dead now anyway. But number soldier 2 not got him. Good.
Roger?
Roger's going to headshot him.
Yeah, I think so. Can see lots of targeting being done. If you're talking, we can't hear you, Roger.
Roger.
Oh, I see it. Roger.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry, I was just stunned at how fast these guys are going down all of a sudden.
Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? They stayed around for a while, and now you're dropping them quite rapidly.
It's really only been about 30 seconds, so it's not really that long.
24 seconds. 24 seconds this fight is in game time.
Oh, let's Benny that. That should be better than that. Ah, there we go.
There's the 6. That's a wound. Down he goes.
Okay, dropped him, and I can't see anybody else, but I am hearing more commotion up this way. So let's go up this way.
Okie dokie. And last but no means least, we have Morgana.
Well, she can see that there's no more down this hallway thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna move forward to hide behind Himini because he's a big guy. And that would be for a shot on 7, right?
It would give you a shot on 7, yeah. No, this is just meant to be the first start the adventure with a bang from the official plot point. So yeah, they're just extras.
Yeah, I miss.
Okay, you miss. Right. That's the new round, and Deckard gets to go first. I would just say the rest get away, but I think I get the impression certain people want to wipe them all out, so we'll push on.
What makes you think that?
Well, we don't want them alerting anybody to our presence.
That is true.
We want them to leave and know they failed big time.
Or that there's a price that they pay for attacking so directly.
Nobody fucks with the Deckard. All right, so Deckard's going to see this one running away and raise up his arms and let out a bolt of nanobots here at him.
That's a hit. As it's going, those nanobots stream through the air, constructing solid objects as they go.
And knocks that guy down. It looks like.
You certainly did. You did say this, Rigard. Yeah, down he goes. Down he goes. A huge.
And I look at him and like reminiscent of that scene between Gimli and whatever the elf's name was, right? And then I got 4. How many did you get?
What?
He got many, maybe lots.
I got most.
He's actually smart. He probably is one.
I swung twice.
Yeah, no, I know. I just sort of look at him and I hold up 4 fingers and not sure what Emily does to me, but I think he gets the meaning.
I would just like to, on a complete aside there, I'd just like to point out the Discord, the chat has got on Twitch here has gone quite wild in the fact that someone couldn't remember the name Legolas.
That's good.
I'm winning fans and influencing people. Hey, I got Gimli. That's the harder one. That's because they're all Orlando Bloom fans. That's why.
Roger Holmes is up next.
I better duck, and Twitch is gonna get me.
This is amusing. It's interesting. Deadlands Lost Colony seems to get more chat than anything else so far, so that's interesting. Okay, Mr. Holmes, over to you, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna move
I
up to
forget
here.
that you do that.
I'm not seeing anybody else to whack.
No,
oh wait, no, there's a door over there, isn't there? Let's go ahead and run. Yeah, let's run to there and see if I can see anything in that hallway over there.
That's the landing bays. There's wreckage. As you get to here, what you can see is the destroyed wreckage of a spaceship.
Well, damn! I was going to use that one.
Okay, this guy gets away. That brings us to BDF soldier number 4, who's basically trying to direct more with the thing calming down. He seemed to trying to check on injured individuals and civilians that are lying around the place. That brings us to Morgana.
I'm gonna follow over here. I'll go ahead and run to see if there's around the corner anymore. That takes me to 9.
I'm gonna have fun on that door there. Okay, 9 gets you to there.
Oh, there's one in my line of sight. Ran right into him. Better shoot him. And since I used run, it'll already be calculated in. So.
Yes. Should be. Indeed, does make you wonder. But she was born on Banshee, so I'm sure it's safe. Okay, you hit. Roll for damage. I think you're double-clicking your run because it's not modifying your run penalty, but I'm going to let it slide.
Shook that one up.
I'm going to let it slide for this one. And that brings us to Jinx.
Found one! Go back to you guys. Like my gunshot didn't tell you that.
I'll start looting the Reaper bodies.
He's already said he knows Twitch is out to get him now. Okay. They don't have much on them. Oh god, I'm gonna have to. I forgot the whole. Yeah, strip all of them for parts. I will look. I shall look that up in a second. No problem at all. What the hell have they got equipment wise? They have. Ooh, that's an interesting. I need to read that up. No, that's deliberate on this encounter. They deliberately don't have frag grenades yet. Just noticed they were missing from the tracker, but then I remembered that's because of this encounter. So that's fine. Okay, yeah, basically they literally don't appear to have any form of identification on them or anything else. They just appear to each have a knife and some ammunition for their weaponry.
What is their weaponry?
It is an M21, 5.56 millimeter. Or single shot or 3-round burst.
Clock down the ammo if it's.
I don't have the pulse sort. BDF soldier.
Combat over?
Depends on this guy. He can't run, so after he got shot, so he's going to get to there. Down to you, really. There's one guy left. You and Linda are the last two to go.
I better run.
Okay, you got. Yep. Gets you to there. You can see the guy limping.
The only range weapon I've got is just a normal, boring slingshot.
Which misses.
Make it count. Oh, what a waste.
Linda. I'm going to skip on there. And Linda remains shaken, and the last one gets away for just to annoy him and he.
Yeah, I didn't want to waste a Benny on him. Yeah.
Right. So.
Deliberately missed.
Okay, I shall unlock Z tokens. Let me do it by. I thought there was an option to unlock tokens on the map, but it doesn't appear to be there anymore. Oh, there is one up the top somewhere. I always forget. So,
oh, I got a joker. We have to stay in combat one more round.
I'm going to go and recover my ranged weapons.
You all got bennies out of that, so I'm going to let that slide. Okay, yeah, you pick up your weaponry. So after the battle, you notice the source of the explosions that shook Temptation. Several spaceships have been reduced to smoking hulks. Most look like BDF vessels, but there's one or two civilian spacecraft as well. As the BDF soldiers are trying to ascertain what's going on, talking to witnesses, you overhear it sounds like the gunmen rigged explosives on the ships and engaged the local BDF garrison to make sure the crews couldn't get to the wrecks in time to salvage them.
Oh, booger.
Uh-oh. Sounds like we need to, whatever it's called, de-rig the bombs. If we can.
Oh, the bombs will be detonated, so you're okay there.
Oh, that's it?
Are there any ships left or are they all knackered?
Well, indeed. So I'm just going to go to the party sheet and say, due to the rigours of combat and everything else, I'm going to say, I said they were M21s, didn't I? So
yeah,
M21s. Was it M-21? M-21. So there's about 6 M21s still going. I need to tweak those to give them. I did do the magazines on this one, so I don't have to worry about that. And there'll be ammunition as well, but we'll worry about that for later if anyone wants to take one. Otherwise, not to worry. So,
how do we grab one?
You literally just drag it and drop it on the weapons tab of your inventory, or type in. Yeah, that's how you nab one.
Where do I see it? Where do I find it?
On the party sheet. So click on the party and then go down to inventory.
Party. Got it.
I'm taking them all first, though, so. Not kidding. There's always the guy that does that, right? You know, there's like 6 healing potions, and some cat takes them all, right?
Okay.
Did I grab one? I guess I didn't.
As the tidying up's going on, you're each approached by a representative of the Banshee Defence Force. The soldier says he's looking for colonists in need of employment who aren't afraid of a bit of a risk in the service of the colony, and of course a paycheck. He says that if you're interested, you should head over to the Banshee Defence Force office at the spaceport, where you'll be given additional information.
Sorry to go backwards, but I can't drag that one M21. Doesn't seem to drag into my party sheet.
Well,
weapon.
Party sheet
Dragging? Are you dragging? Yeah, drag it into your weapons.
Oh, it worked. I'm sorry, I had to go into weapons tab. Okay.
Each one of them will come with a full mag of 30 rounds. Yes. In addition,
because it was empty, so I'm just putting 30 in.
Yeah, just put 30 in. In addition, you will anybody who took an M21, just add it onto your inventory manually because I haven't worried about the reload. I do like that, but it's a bit of work. You each get an additional one. They each will have an additional one magazine of an additional, an additional magazine full of M21 round, 5.56 rounds. So,
okay.
So basically, the guy sort of implies that the future that everyone's lives may be at stake as he walks off to the next group.
I'm all for money.
Sounds like a job to me. Does it get us off world?
Well, you'll have to go to you'll have to head over to the office to find out.
I will go.
Well, after I
It's a lot of words.
And let my father know what happened here, I'm going to tell him I'm going to go and check out this job because, well, we can use all the income we can get.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's one of those sort of. It's another one of those sort of standard things. Of, well, if you don't do it, it gets quite interesting because the rest of the campaign doesn't get very far because obviously the. Well, actually, let's put it another. Yeah, obviously, without you, well, we'll find out. But yeah, it's bad.
Linda is a team player. She goes.
Exactly.
It's the Banshee Defense Force, and because she's Banshee born, anything that defends Banshee itself, she's interested in.
Indeed.
Linda wants to get off world before the next archaeological
doesn't know
thing
what
happens.
shooting is.
Okay, so basically,
Decker's looking at the barrel of this thing like, how does this thing work?
He's looking at the trigger, thinking, "What's the trigger?" Yeah.
Yeah.
I got he's got the all thumbs edge, all hindrance. So it means that basically technical. I get D4 -4 if I'm going to use that gun. So don't let me use a gun. If you see my range, if you see one of my spears or frisbees on the floor, bring it back to me.
Here's our frisbees.
They're not frisbees. They're like spiked, deadly weapons that can kill you. But yeah,
they're like chakram, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like Basically, my range weapons don't come back unless I
Modules.
But I didn't bring a whole collection of them. Maybe I should buy like 20 or 30, then I can just keep throwing them.
Oh, I just found where to put the ammo. Good.
There you go.
Okay.
So there's 3 of the Anouk weapons. I'm not sure if you got those ones. They're the
that one there. Yeah.
The cuddle.
I haven't got a canil. I got the attacks and I've got the chakatl,
which is a spear, yeah.
Is that the crawl thing?
And the check.
That's
I've
the
got
crawl
them
button.
free. I've got everything except the canal. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. But those are basically, that's what he's festooned with. But that attacks, is that the one you threw 23 inches, the 8 attack?
Yeah, the attack, and then the Chikatl thing. That end, that thing on the right, that opens up when you swing, like a big massive axe. So it opens as you're swinging it.
Lovely. Yeah. Oh, actually, the chat axe is actually a spear with a rope attached to it, so you can, by the look of it.
I know the rope just makes you so you can throw it further.
Ah, right, fair enough. So anyway, you all head over to the Banshee Defence Force office at the spaceport, where there's a grizzled old spacer and a large, heavily bandaged man in a flight suit already waiting. The pilot introduces himself as Major Lee Banson, and he's clearly in charge. His voice slurs occasionally, revealing that in addition to the bandages, he's also prettily heavily dosed with pain medication. The dust up here with the Reapers is in a bad spot, and we're hoping you folks can lend a hand, but I probably need to give you a little background first. This whole Nemesis thing is a little fishy, as we thought we'd plotted all the potential asteroid collisions over 2 decades ago. Nemesis was never on the radar, but it is now, and we're about 2 days from doomsday. Some folks in the know believe it might be a new attack by EXFOR, which is the expeditionary force, and all that. If we could all go into the background later on if anyone needs to ask any questions. But there's no evidence of human influence here, and in the end, how it got where it is doesn't matter. What we do about it... Sorry. What we do about it does.
All right, so he's in the hospital, is he, this guy?
No, he's...
I thought he sounded a bit ill there.
Well, he's on pain meds, so
I was trying to roleplay for once, you know. Yeah.
That's very good, very good, very good. That was almost like a genuine cough.
I was doing a bit of roleplay. He then goes on to explain that colonial government scientists have calculated the rock is large enough to be a planetary threat, but can be deflected with a relatively small thermonuclear detonation. It has to be placed precisely, which rules out unmanned missiles. The BDF has a few neeks on hand, but a manned crew must rendezvous with the asteroid and deliver a warhead. By the way, this is, as I say, an official plot point, and not to actually give you any ideas of what's influenced it, they did call it Armageddon.
They're not Deep Impact then. Okay.
No.
Wow. I was going to say that when you talked about the thing coming, but I was going to let it go.
Well, it should be Don't Look Up. That's much better.
He then sort of has another coughing fit, because if I actually have a coughing fit there, you guys don't realise I'm role playing it, so I'll just say it now. So I was scheduled to pilot a Stallion at the spaceport, ready to carry out the mission, at least until the Reaper attack, which took out the ship and laid me up, and the backup ship, and every other fueled and ready ship currently at the spaceport.
You want us to throw stones at it?
In addition, the remaining we've tried desperately to get hold of other ships and crews, but everyone seems to be more interested in getting off Banshee than undertaking a risky mission involving a nuclear warhead. The issue is the speed of the asteroid's approach. The launch window is very small. We only have 3 hours in which to get the ship en route to divert the asteroid. While the BDF has a number of other ships, they're all deployed in space on patrols, and none of them can make it back here in time to refuel and load the cargo in time. So I'm just reading your texts there. There's one ship left, untouched by the Reapers, the Reckless, for reasons which will become clear later. Its captain, Captain Alquist here, has agreed to carry the warhead, but he's currently without a crew. I'm out of action for a couple of weeks, and my other pilot is on the way to Boot Hill right now, courtesy of the Reapers. That's where hopefully you lot come in. On off he goes again on another coughing fit. At this point, the old man he's indicating at has nodded off. And can I have notice checks, please?
What checks?
Notice. Oof. wouldn't worry too much if you fail. It just gives you some.
Well, it occurred. I say, whisper to the party. It occurs to me if we're trying to redirect the asteroid and we fail, at least we're off planet.
Those that made it.
Wasn't that
So
Sunday?
Linda's obviously thinking about that, so she's obviously distracted. But the rest of you notice the old man's nodded off, and there definitely seems to be quite a strong whiff of alcohol coming from him. But at which point Benson sort of prods him slightly, and the old man sort of starts up.
Don't worry about waking him up. I can fly the ship.
No, it's his ship. Benson points out, unfortunately, it's his ship, and it's not going anywhere without him. At this point, Elquist wakes upon with a start and mumbles something inaudible while scratching himself inappropriately.
Doing what to himself inappropriately?
Scratches.
Got itchy balls. Itchy nuts.
Yes, yeah.
He looks at him and goes, itchy nuts.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's really. Oh.
Okay, enough
And then he sort of realises there are women present. It's like, yeah.
What do I know about this captain and his ship?
Probably. Well, unless you make a phenomenal common knowledge roll, probably not a lot.
Well, I'm calling. Don't forget my connections and my background.
Linda snaps awake and starts amping up on her science to figure out how to pilot a craft in case the drunk steers it wrong.
Well, actually, I have to be honest. Actually, I had forgotten about your connections. And talking of which, don't forget you do have adventure cards, which I forgot to mention soon up. But you haven't used them. Oh! Common knowledge deca 3 hours.
Critical failure. Are we all rolling common knowledge?
No. Jigs and
no, okay.
I think the easiest way. I think the easiest description really depends. If you've ever seen Blackadder 2 with the episode of Tom Baker as a sea captain. It's very much that sort of thing.
Those look like a woman's legs. I bet your legs haven't been chopped up and thrown overboard.
But
you have a woman's legs.
He's Captain Alquist, and the Reckless is well named. Basically, Alquist it seems to be quite notorious for will take any job for any amount for any pay. It seems to have a problem holding on to crew.
Well, his ship is still around, so that's a good sign.
Exactly. So I have Major Lee Branson asks, do you have any questions?
When do we start?
Well, okay. Branson.
After we save planet, what reward we get?
So the first thing he wishes to ascertain if any of you have piloting, repair, or electronics experience.
Yes, to all of the above.
I
have repair.
No.
Okay. Anybody with any of those skills will obviously be very useful on this mission, and basically he is offering to pay you $2,000. For those unskilled, i.e. anyone without piloting, repair or electronics, he will pay you, unskilled crew, $1,500.
Well, then
That's
I
what he's
collect
offering.
the skilled pay because that's
I
what
security chief.
You get to follow behind the ship.
Yeah, you get to push, make sure it keeps going.
So if this is all acceptable, he says Captain Alquist will take you down to the Reckless, where it's currently undergoing pre-flight checks for liftoff within the hour.
Let's go see Freckles' ship.
No. I'm skilled. I just have other skills.
Well, I have one of the requisite skills, so that's what I do.
That's fine.
Actually, I have 2 of the 3, but...
So let me see. Let's see. Linda being a muter will have repair, I'm sure.
Repair, yeah.
Yep. So Linda's basically skill. Okay, so let's say $2,000. Let's make it public so you can keep track. You can be happy with these notes so you remember later. So Linda's getting the $2,000 unless anyone has. Roger is because he's a pilot with a D. Deckard is probably got repair as well.
He does.
He just qualifies. Oh, the doc snuck in. I didn't see the doc appear.
Hey.
Morgana's got repair and electronics.
I just want to say that I've been dealing with my kids all morning, and the other one just called, and now she needs me to pick her up. Her car's dead, so I'm gonna drop out again. But I do want to play long term. So, being a dad. Anyway, so sorry, but you can play my character.
No worries.
So we just
I
lost
don't
the
mind
pilot.
playing him. I don't mind playing 2 characters. I can do that.
All right, thank you.
No worries.
Where are you putting these notes at?
They should be under the notes tab under payment. I might have to share
So,
the record.
so the doctor is now the front line.
Oh, him in the front line, Doc back line.
Okay.
No, because he's not here.
There is currency under inventory that you can just type it in.
Yes, yeah, no, I'm just keeping note because obviously you get paid when you get back, not now.
Oh,
So, because if Banshee if you don't save Banshee, then you ain't getting paid.
well,
And it's a really short campaign.
Linda's feeling optimistic. She already took payment.
This is negotiate up his fee as he has skills.
You can both see how persuasive you can be.
Not to complain, but Deckard sees that you wrote repair instead of Deckard.
Yeah, someone just pointed that out in chat.
Himini is like I head of security. Pay me more.
Well,
Dude, I'm always the Rodney Dangerfield of the group. No respect.
You're trying to intimidate an injured officer of the Banshee Defense Force.
Yeah,
Who's half drugged anyhow.
I am intimidating anyway. If you see the size of me, I'm intimidating without even trying.
He's on drugs. He can't even understand. He's not even tracking the situation.
Well, there, congratulations. Jinx, however, performed. Yeah, to be honest, it seems to work. So, Doc, Jinx, and Himini get their pay increased to $2,000, and Jinx gets Linda, Rogers, Deckard's, and Morgana's payment increased to $2,500.
Nice. We save world. We get monies.
Wow, I paid myself too early. Now I have to do it again.
Wow, this is it.
Yeah. And I tell him in Anouk that if we save the world, we save our lives.
Yeah. Actually, you see, if you want to be really democratic, what actually happens is I type in all the money into the party sheet and then it all gets shared out equally. But no, I wouldn't do that to you guys.
You got to do the maths and type in that amount later. Yeah. I'm just going to grab a drink back in a second.
No problem.
Nice. We're going like finder's fee and negotiation fee.
If you want, I'll play Doc, Kevin. Just release him and I'll grab him.
No, it's okay. I'll leave him there.
Okay. See you in a second.
It looks like it's a couple of minutes AFK. So let's do a quick AFK. I can do the same. Be back. Let's be back ASAP.
Are we taking a break? Is that what just happened?
I think we're taking a break. Everyone else seems to be going, so let's take a break.
Okay. Back in 5 or 10?
Oh, it'll be less than that.
Okay.
See you in a sec.
Oh, Cat, it's not a break for you. Get out of here. Yes.
Right. Oh. Well, while we wait for them, how's everybody? Ugh. I need to sort out the music on the back soon. It's missing. Right. Okie dokie. Right. Let's get things sorted. So I need to go to campaign. I need to go to images. I need to bring up the reckless. I also need the captain. Who?
Since we're on a break, Dazzle.
Yes.
Check the Epic channel.
Oh, did you just say? Do I need to type the word
Yep.
yes? I typed the word yes. No, it didn't type it. Let's try again. Yes.
Oh no, I got it.
Oh, it did.
And now you're up to 77 attempts. I'm gonna have a tier 10.
I'm still not. I still haven't got a special horse. I don't want my special horse back.
Hey, I have a question. My character has the opposite of an edge, a hindrance. His hesitant. Is the card dealing taking that into account automatically?
Should be, yes.
Okay, good. That's why I'm always so low. Thanks.
Yes. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Legolas
Thank
is
you.
back.
Oh, what was the other part of that you said was like an advantage? Like I took two hindrances together. I don't remember what the combo was.
Calculating.
And when Lynn made the comment about if we don't save the planet, at least we're off planet, Morgana's going to shoot her a dirty look because her entire family is on the planet.
On initiative, you can.
I realize you know it's 2 points of penalty.
Perfect example of that is running provides you 2 points of penalties, but if you've got with calculating, you can ignore the running, for example.
You just have to remember to call it out.
You just call it
Does
out.
it? That's a manual recalculation. It doesn't take that into account.
Yeah, but I mean, not
automatically.
Not automatically, because it could be any number of things. Because a -2 penalty can be a range penalty. It could be I'm injured, but I'll ignore the wound penalty. It could be a running penalty. You get to it because basically because you spend more. The idea is you're spending more time in combat working things out. So the idea is that gives you the benefit for being low down on the cards, as it were.
It offsets the disadvantage.
Yeah. It's a bit of min-max gaming, but perfectly legitimate. A lot of people do it.
Is that so? Would that have canceled the -2 for running that I used earlier if I was low on the totem pole?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. But
Perfect.
It's anything. So basically, and the easiest thing to do a lot of the time, to be honest, is. All I would say is don't worry too much about it until you've done the roll, and obviously, because if there's modifiers or anything, then you just point out, hang on, though, I'm calculating, I get to negate, and you can see what the penalties were, and you can say I get to negate whatever, and we negate it there, and then I'll just, you know what I mean? We'll just do it in there.
Now,
but it's only for one thing, right?
Yes.
So, like, if you're doing like multiple actions, that's what he's saying. So, like, if you make a roll and then you're going to make another one, you can take 2 on the one that you whiff.
If I want to move up, if I want to move up in the action thing, and I spend a Benny, do I have to roll 2 cards? Do I have to roll 2 cards again, or can I just roll and take 1?
It's just you're dealt 2 cards and keep the lowest unless you get a
initially.
Yeah.
Okay.
So were you dealing me 2 cards, or do you have to?
It should be automatic.
Okay, because I've got the calculating edge as well. I mean, I put that in.
It's hesitance that gives you. It's hesitance or level-headed that gives you an extra card. Level-headed gives you 2 cards. You take the best. Hesitance.
That's right. And calculating is the one that's that's the one I took that gets rid of the -2.
Yeah, but that's a manual job on your score.
Yeah, no, that's right. I haven't needed it. I didn't whiff any rolls. So.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, so for anyone with PowerPoints, obviously it's within the hour you're taking off, but that does mean everyone who has spent any PowerPoints will get 5 PowerPoints back in the hour. So you're on that score.
Okay. Jinx is
so we can add those now, right?
Yeah.
So Jinx is going to.
I was going to ask about that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Okay, you are quiet. I am going to volume boost you. Keep going.
Let me try that. So Jinx is going to step away and make a call to some contacts to get the thing that, have it delivered there.
How long have we got between taking off and landing? Taking off.
I think it said like 3 hours.
You've got to be on the asteroid and have the device planted in under 3 hours.
Okay. So we have an hour with like 2 hours flight time or something.
Pretty much.
Flight time.
You got 2. Yeah, once you take off. I have to be honest. I've definitely forgotten somewhere to put in someone's background. I'll get you guys to type your backgrounds up to remind me.
Okay. I'm pumping up my PowerPoints again.
Yeah, you get to reset them. So you are oh, that reminds. So what I need to do is items. I need to go. It would help if I could spell. Okay. Each of you are given This is armor, which you probably want to consider putting on. So I've shared it out. Each of you are equipped with a spacesuit of appropriate size. It's complete with maneuvering thrusters and spiked boots to help you move on the surface of the asteroid.
Oh wow! This is going to be an involved mission then.
Banson downloads the coordinates for the warhead's placement and gives you a quick briefing on the warhead. The device weighs several hundred pounds and is very unwieldy. He assures you it will be much easier to handle in the near zero-G gravity of the asteroid. Finally, he gives you a pair of secured detonators along with the instructions for unlocking them. All you need to do is place the marked location and hightail it back a few hundred miles before the timer runs out.
So I have to take my Anouk armor off to wear this thing, don't I?
He does. He pauses for a moment and then laughs. No, I'm just kidding. It's obviously the drugs are making it like that. Just use one of these remote detonators to trigger it once you're at a safe distance. They've got a range of over 100 miles.
Well, the good news
the
is
body armor comes off when the spacesuit goes on. Is that accurate?
Pretty much, yep. It's a choice of one or t'other.
Well, the good news is the spacesuit lasts longer than the mission, so we're good that way.
Wait, what was that about?
The air in the spacesuit lasts longer.
Were you talking about like lightweight vest body armor?
Oh, we have the extra $1,000 thrusters. That's pretty cheap.
Are they?
$1,000. Yeah, $1,000 for thrusters.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Don't get a wound or the suit ruptures. That'd be no fun.
Okay. When you reach you've already picked up some of this. The name Reckless seems to apply to anybody who would. It applies to any crew foolhardy enough to ship out in the vessel itself. The spaceship is a light freighter that just seems more replacement parts than original and mostly badly installed. Rust competes with at least 3 different colours of paint on the surface. And then some of them, apart from the bits that are bare metal.
Hey,
you have to change the area protected to torso, I think, for the armor to actually work.
Possibly, yeah. You might need to do that.
Or it doesn't kick in automatically.
The spacesuit only, or is there other armor?
You have to choose, but yeah, basically, if you're wearing spacesuit, you can't. Spacesuits don't go over other armor. You can buy armored spacesuits, which are armored.
Okay, because I'm seeing the thing for the spacesuit, but not for armor.
No, the spacesuit is armor, but if you got to edit you have to edit the spacesuit so it says area protected torso instead of everywhere or whatever it says at the moment, because everywhere doesn't do anything.
Yes.
When you equip it, it will automatically adjust your toughness.
It goes back to it's a quirk of it's the quirk of Fantasy Grounds versus everything else. There is a phrase you can use. I can't remember what it is.